Good morning, brothers and sisters. Just thought I'd make this short video about the ridiculous uh, uh, weather satellites up there. No, Google Earth uh, satellites. They seem to have this endless uncloudy day. It's never cloudy, up in 1,000 miles up in space. They have these lenses that can see through clouds. So they have this unending, uncloudy day when you put it on Google Earth. Uh, uh, how ridiculous can you be? I've flown in an airplane enough to know when you go up above the clouds, you can't see back through. What kind of lens can see through clouds? But supposedly you go to Google Earth and they just they're shooting down here upon the Earth, and it's just this unending, uncloudy day, so they come right down to where you live. No, brothers and sisters, I don't believe that for 1 minute. I can't see through the clouds. I've flown in an airplane, vacation by the sea. But for the hills and valleys, it looked flat to me. And on top of that, when you look down, you can't, there's no lens that can see through a cloud cover. But they have this up there in the space, supposedly, they can have this lens that can look down and locate your house. It's a funny thing, though. I did that one time, Googled my place one time, and I had a building right here, this building right here, but this was there. This is brand new, and but down there, there's a pasture over there. There was a double wide trailer. I went back and looked it up, and there was a double wide trailer there on Google Earth, right over there in the pasture over there next to me. It was there on Google Earth. Of course, they saw through the cloudy clouds and came right down and focused on it. Google Earth did. There the trailer was, double wide, I think. Well, they had a fire, and they had a fire, and it burned it and everything. Anyway, they hauled the thing off because so much damage, and it's an empty field over there now. But you go back to Google Earth. I did. They might have updated it by now, but I didn't. You go back to Google Earth, and it's still there. The trailer's still there, which tells me, brothers and sisters, it's not an empty pasture. It's still there. Tell me, brothers and sisters, that it's the same technology they had back during World War II. They had it during the Cuban Missile Crisis. They fly over with an aerial photographs and set it out on the grid, and that's how they do it, brothers and sisters. But on top, they're trying to tell you that they up in space and they're photographing through this cloud cover here. You can go anytime and see a clear picture. Never anybody standing out in the yard or anything. You can't see that, but you can see you're looking from space. No, baloney. I'm hollering baloney down here in Alabama. Baloney all over again. But anyway, yes, down there used to be a trailer. It's gone now, but I went back. They might have updated it by now, because they have to update it. They fly over at a certain altitude, aerial photographs on a grid. Been doing it since World War II. But anyway, that's all I wanted to put in this little video. It's about the fake Google Earth. It's a good, I like it, It's okay if they fly over and look in the photograph stuff. But they're not doing it from space, brothers and sisters. I've been in an airplane. When you go up above that cloud cover, you don't see nothing. When you go down below it, you see it. You can see, but you can't see it when you're up above it. But those lenses they got, miraculous lenses that they supposedly they can go through clouds and photograph your property. They photograph the whole world. Round world. Well, really, it's a flat world, brothers and sisters. Except for the beautiful hills and valleys. We live on an vast extended plain. All the oceans find their own level, brothers and sisters. And by their own testimony, most of the world is, most of this earth is water. So tell me, keep it simple is what I say. Don't get into anything that they want to get you into these rollback discussions. Your eyeballs roll back when they start talking numbers and stuff like that, you know. And the average common man can't understand it. No, brother and sister. The way our cell phones work, it works just fine on a flat earth. Works just fine. Why is flat earth important? Because when you finally realize that you've been lied to about that makes you investigate everything else. And it's the beginning of being enlightened by God. You know, you're being brought out of the whatever you want to call it, this present evil world, and you snap out of it. You know, wake up. You're waking up to God's eternity. Say, the Bible is true. The only true thing we can count on is that Jesus Christ is real. The only real thing to me in this world is Jesus Christ. Well, let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. See, they want you to think that all that's a big lie too. That's what the enemy of your soul wants you to think. But no, that part's real. God is real. So your up is up and your down is down, brothers and sisters. Ain't that wonderful? I might hit walking barefooted in my yard. And my up is up and my down is down. I think people are walking around right now that don't know this, all out of kilter. They don't know it, but they're out of kilter, say. Something ain't right. Folks in Australia, the blood's running to their heads, I guess. Little butterflies, how do they fly with all this stuff holding these tanker ships that go down there? I guess what's holding them to the earth? I tell you what, your up is up and your down is down, brothers and sisters. I'm gonna go back in and get me some more coffee before I pontificate anymore. But I just wanted to get on and talk about I hadn't talked about the Google Earth that much. No, I'm crying baloney on that. We've been played on that also, brother and sister. We've been played on that. You know, a lot of the church folks, they'll go to they're all in when it comes to the ocean thing. But when you get over there to the God's cosmology, they jump ship, you know. They jump ship. Jesus called the people that were destroyed in this present evil world, they know not what they do. They know not what they do. They believe men over God. They believe supposedly wise men. They come up and they tell you they're wise, but they're not too wise, because if they did, they'd fear God. He's the one with all power. If they were wise, they'd fear God. He's the one that holds your next breath in his power. And he holds your eternity also, brother and sister. The biggest lie of all is that man's will is the determining factor in his destiny. That's the biggest lie of all. God has in his hand every man's destiny. That's in his power. And well, it should be, brothers and sisters. Well, it should be. Well, like I said, my only thing I wanted to say is, how does a camera lens see through from up there? How does it see through the cloud cover? They have this endless uncloudy day up there in the, it's just one endless, Google Earth has one endless uncloudy day. No, yeah, satellites or airplanes, helicopters. Satellite is something that these balloons, inflated balloons, that's a satellite too. You know, I'm not saying they don't put nothing up there to trick the people. Put lights on it, put it up in the what the ancients used to call in the trade winds. Put it up in the trade winds and say, hey, you'll be watching the weather and say, now y'all go out and look up in the sky here and you'll see our satellites going by. No, it's one vast grand illusion, brothers and sisters, to keep you on their spinning ball space religion that's not of God, it's of the devil. Just wanted to educate some folks down here. I've been educated. I was an old man. Well, I found out about this. God put it in my hands through this cell phone that I walked around with in my pocket for a year or so. And fussed everybody. I didn't even want to get it myself. I didn't want any of that technology. I didn't want to get it myself. So, kicking and screaming, I came into the truth, brothers and sisters. That's how it happened to me. That's how I know that this is God. The earth is, for the most part, a flat plane. Our up is up and our down is down. Sun, moon, and stars are going round and round. Oh, the joy of it. Peace and love from this old boy down here in Alabama.